Some Beatles fans believe that George Harrison may have subtly taken a jab at Paul McCartney through one of the band's more unexpected songs, possibly as a form of retaliation during the increasingly tense final years of their time together. In 1968, before temporarily leaving the band following a heated clash with McCartney during the Let It Be sessions, Harrison had already been growing frustrated with what he perceived as McCartney's overbearing behavior. Often sidelined creatively, Harrison felt more like a session musician than a true collaborator. Known for using his songwriting to vent frustrations, Harrison had previously criticized bothersome individuals in Don't Bother Me and taken aim at the British tax system in Taxman. So it wouldn't be entirely surprising if he had aimed one of his lyrics at a fellow Beatle as well. While it's widely known that one of Harrison's tracks on the White Album, Savoy Truffle, was inspired by Eric Clapton's fondness for sweets, some fans suspect that it also contains a thinly veiled dig at McCartney. Harrison had been increasingly at odds with both Lennon and McCartney over his creative contributions. Tensions escalated even further after the death of their manager, Brian Epstein, when McCartney allegedly began trying to exert more control over the band. Harrison once reflected that McCartney had become self-focused, describing him as being on a creative role, but unable to recognize that those around him weren't just there to follow his lead. Harrison believed McCartney often ignored the feelings and egos of his bandmates. On the White Album, each side of the record featured one Harrison-penned song. The first side included the emotional While My Guitar Gently Weeps. Side 2 had Piggies. Side 3 featured Long, 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 and Side 4 offered the playful yet curious Savoy Truffle, a song inspired by a candy box, but potentially layered with hidden meaning. At the time, Harrison and Clapton were growing close, and Harrison even invited Clapton to play guitar on While My Guitar Gently Weeps. In his memoir, I, Me, Mine, Harrison explained that Savoy Truffle was inspired by a moment when Clapton, notorious for his love of sweets despite frequent toothaches, couldn't resist a box of Good News chocolates Harrison had at home. The song's lyrics were based on the names printed on the inside of the box lid. The early verses of Savoy Truffle focus on candy references, but the bridge of the song takes on a seemingly deeper tone. You know that what you eat you are, but what is sweet now turns so sour. We all know obla-di, obla-da, but can you show me where you are? The final line clearly references Obla-di, Obla-da, a track written by McCartney and featured earlier on the same album. While Harrison never openly criticized Obla-di, Obla-da, John Lennon made no secret of his dislike, with longtime EMI engineer Jeff Emmerich later recalling that Lennon referred to the track as granny music. Although Harrison stayed quiet publicly, several sources have suggested he wasn't fond of the song either. Though Harrison never explained the lyrics' meaning, many fans interpret the reference as a subtle dig at McCartney, one possibly reflecting the tension and creative conflict within the band at the time.